everybody, welcome to another episode of my series on the DeathCraft server. Just getting some lights down, help illuminate this place, and then we'll get on to our builds for today. It's going to be a very technical episode, so although you may be able to get away with skimming through some parts of it, a lot of detail will be lost if you do. So you may want to stick around and note very carefully. I'm going to be doing a lot of difficult things that are difficult for a new person like myself to feed the bees. But I think we have enough lights here, and we'll be adding some of these same cage lights, maybe upstairs, of a different color. But what I've done off camera, I don't think I've covered this in the last episode, is to put down the DSUs. And I have space to put more levels up here, but this is how I've done it. So the Tesseract for the quarry is here and feeds along the top DSUs here. And then when it gets down to the end of the top, it loops down, bypassing the Tesseract. It loops down and does it all over again around the bottom DSUs into the import chest. It has an import bus behind it right there, set to stacks, and each one of these storage buses are set to their correct located or correctly allocated material. And I'm gonna find a way to automate these geostrata stones, because I don't think we need a DSU for each one. But as you can see, we have our two blocks here, a Tinker Smeltery and a power array. And I've removed the ender tank that I had here because I don't need it right now and I'm using it for something else. So these guys are making a lot of noise, and I think I need a sound muffler for them. But they seem to be working just fine. As you can see, they are making the juice, making a lot of juice, as you can see. And we'll be putting that to good use. I still have to make the farm that I want to make out of it. But right now, we have other things in mind. Now, I don't have a direct way to get up there yet. I have plans for that. Till then, I'm using this method. Just squeezing through some holes. And I've cut out some areas here where we're going to be doing our work today. So let's get started. I think we'll do something easy to get started. So, because this is going to be a complicated video, I think. And I don't know how it'll go. But let's give it a try. So I've laid these out the way I think they should go. And hopefully we can get it going. Now, controller. Where shall we have the controller? You know, first of all, we can put our... Why don't we knock this out a little bit? We can put our pattern encoder down here in the front, and then we can put our controller here. Let's face it this way, of course. No, I didn't want it down there. Alright, so I have a wrench for applied energistics here that works well with all of their stuff. So we can try that again. Now this time I'm going to go this way. And let's remove this guy so that I can get a good angle here. I'll go like this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Great. Now we can get the encoder down in front of it. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. We'll save these limestone. We might be able to use them later. A crafting terminal and a monitor. Alright, so I'm going to put the drives on the bottom and then the crafting terminal above it. Like that. Yep, that'll work. And then I'll put the monitor on the other side, because they kind of look the same. Alright, and then we'll get another drive down here when we need it. But right now I have a few 64Ks that I've spent a lot of time building. I borrowed a 64K from Spawn in order to build these, because I ran a quarry and I needed the storage for it, and Spawn wasn't using the 64. They were empty. So I borrowed it, built a 64 with it, and then put the 64s back in Spawn. So I borrowed it for maybe 1 day, and I returned it. Now we need some power to this, because as you can see, it's dead. So let's get some HV cable here. Yep. Using the high power stuff. We can connect the output of the MFSU down to the controller. And that should turn everything on. And there it is. So the MFSU is powering the controller. The controller is touching the drive. The drive is touching this. But this is not touching anything with power. So we're going to have to power that also. The way I'm going to do that, I'm going to get some HV cable. I don't have any, so we'll leave that for later, because not only does this get powered from the MFSU, but the machines that'll go here, the IndustrialCraft, will also be powered by the HV cable. And I've laid out where everything goes in this floor plan according to that kind of logistic, where things that need to be connected will be connected closer. So what we need to do is connect the controller, or any of the machines actually, to the pattern recognition. The pattern, the ME assembly containment, the MAC, molecular assembly chamber. That's what I meant to say. So now this is connected. Everything should be connected. The crafting monitor. Yeah, you know what? This has to be connected also. I think I better create an ME drive, put it here, even if I don't put any 64Ks in it, just so that it'll pass the code of the ME cable to the Mac to it. For now, I'll just do this temporarily until I build the other drive and put it here. That other drive will serve two purposes then. The normal purpose and the purpose of connecting the Mac without a cable, because it'll be connected here by cable. So I think that's done. I think we can put this away and this away. These blank patterns go down here. And I think we're set. Now let's move on to something else. I think we're going to go on to another easy build, or at least easier than the one I am trying to avoid, because it is a nightmare. I think I'm going to go with some dirt. I need some dirt. And let's see where we're going to put this guy. How about we put let's put the compressor down the center. It doesn't really matter. Anything can go down the center, but I'm okay with this order. There's no big difference. The things I use least will probably go in the ends. But again, it doesn't matter. It's only a short fraction of a second walk from one to the next. So metal former I hardly ever use. Induction furnace I hardly ever use. I think we should put a switch on it. Some people use levers and they look kind of ugly. I prefer a switch. Looks nicer. And then we'll connect some HV cables to that also, and some overclockers for each. So let's connect these guys. And that looks good. Alright. We're making progress. Let's go down. And I'm going to go under. Let's see, do I want to go under? Why don't we go this way? We can, let's avoid going under here. Why don't we just go here instead? Like that. You know, I wanted to go under the Mac, but I think I'm going to put some lights under here so that from below it'll be bright. The red glass, the red Chinese glass as it's called. So let's get out of here. these are connected. So these are powered, by the way. So they're storing energy already. The induction furnace is at 0 heat. If I turn this on, you can see that it turned on. And now it'll start heating. And this switch will keep it on at 100% heat. And is less bulkier. I prefer it, and I know some people prefer the lever, but I like this switch. It's smaller. And I may even be able to put the switch here on the side, which wouldn't be too bad. Or maybe underneath. Keep it on without anybody even noticing it. Wouldn't that be nice? I think it'd look good. Let's get some overclockers on these guys. 1, 2, 3. We don't need a lot for the metal former because we hardly ever use it. Let's do this. Got 4 for each. And the induction furnace doesn't use overclockers, so we're good. Alright, so that's set. Let's get rid of this guy. Do we have anything else here? Nothing. So we're set. Now for the hard guy. This one's difficult. Alright, so we have cables here. You know what? I'm going to open it up more. And the reason is because it's not just going to be power here, it's also going to be item ducts. I'm going to try thermal expansion with item ducts. I usually use hoppers, but this time I want to see if it'll work. Let's just pick that up, and we got it. Alright, so let's see how we're going to do this. Alright, why don't we get the pulverizer down the center? And yeah, we'll put it up here. I guess we'll put it here. And that'll give me room for cable. Actually, that's more cable than I need. Yeah, we don't want it that close. So let's get rid of this. Use a crescent wrench. And let's go here, like that. So there's our pulverizer. And we'll go under and place another pulverizer. I want 2 pulverizers. It's how I roll. Very good. Let me just get some juice here. Some regen. And some night vision. Alright, so we got our 2 pulverizers because I do pulverize a lot. Whenever I quarry, I run the pulverizer and turn it into ingots because I use ingots more than dust. When I do need dust, I'll just pulverize the ingots into dust. I know it's a waste of energy. I don't mind. So here we have our magma crucible and fluid transposer. Instead of left to right, I thought let's use up and down because I do need 2 furnaces and I do need 2 pulverizers. I use these guys a lot and I like this configuration. Instead of having 2 pulverizers next to each other, I have them above so that the furnace corresponds to 1 pulverizer on both directions. These guys I could usually use it left to right, but I went up and down instead, and I think it'll work. Well, let's go with induction smelters, and these I don't think matter where I put them. I could put them here. That's fine. They're a standalone system. They don't need to be interconnected with any other machine, so that's fine. And I can move them later if I need to. Why don't we get our tesseract now? Here's where the difficulty starts. We need to power these guys, and so I'm going to use a tesseract that has our MJ power. Let's see, energy receiving already set, and this is passworded to me and set. Okay, now we need to power it, so we'll get some redstone, some leadstone, and attach these guys. Yep, we can go all the way around actually. Let's get out of here and connect upward. And here. So they're all connected. They should all be powering. As you can see, they are powering up. Yep, all of them are good. Very good. Now we need to separate, and let's see, I'm going to put this just to separate the igneous extruder. Let's put the igneous extruder anyway. Let's put it down. This way we can mark off where things go. See, this is overlapping already more than I wanted. This is by 1 here, and this one's already at 1, and I'm going to go another yet. So this thermal expansion is going to be large. I'm going to put a lava and a water next to the igneous extruder, and it should work okay. But let's get a rolling machine down. Let's see, where can we put the rolling machine? If I put it here, let's see. Is there anything else I know where they definitely go? Yeah, let's just use, let's, yes, yes, yes. Yes, oh yeah. I got an idea. Let's take this guy out. And go below instead. Here. Alright, and then we can get these guys a little bit closer because they are going a little far. By the way, this water tank, I've set it to brown, which is my color, white, which is the overworld, and blue, which is the item inside. As you can see, that's why I delineate all of my colors. Brown, it's mine. Orange is the nether dimension, and red is the item inside, lava. I've connected the aqueous accumulator here temporarily until I can find a better place for it. And that's where the water's coming from. So let's get some more night vision potion so that we don't have to have this disco light going on. Very good. So we can move these guys over a bit, and will this break? Yes, it will. Okay. And we can put him here and break this guy and put him here. That might be better. Now we do need to have the tesseract close to that leadstone there to power it. Let's see if it's set. No, it reset. Energy receiving. Password to me. And we're set. So these guys are up and working, going upward. Yes. So it is working. And now this guy is good. And we're being efficient with our space, so it's a little bit closer now. Let's see if we can power him. We will need to separate the powers because I want the rolling machine not to interfere with that leadstone. So I'm placing a cover or a panel. It's really a cover, but it acts like a panel which will prevent any leadstone that happens here from touching there. Okay, so let's get some leadstone. We have some. And okay, I'll put a dirt here. And I'll break this to get some space in there. And yeah, let's place a leadstone. This way the dynamo will know which way to point. It'll point into the leadstone. Very good. And they're not touching with those. Now, the rolling machine is what I'm powering. So I'll put it here and connect the leadstone there. Very good. Now here's the problem. The lava needs to feed this this magmatic. So I have an idea. Will this break this? It won't, but it will break this. So let's get that. Let's reverse the magmatic with the rolling machine. Okay, so I'll put the magmatic on this side instead, and the lava will feed the magmatic when I turn the dial. So let's get this, and we'll go back up. We'll put the rolling machine there instead. And the rolling machine will be powered by the magmatic and not interfere because of the panel. So that's good. Now let's get a switch. The switch will be turning on and off from here. So we got 0 power right now. If I turn it on, the igneous extruder should be powered. There it is. Let's turn this on. So the igneous extruder has both power and it is turning on. Now, how do I shut this off? Can I get a lever up here? Well, first of all, what I want to do is see that the rolling machine is receiving its power, because the magmatic is getting its power from the lava and the leadstone is feeding into the rolling machine. If I turn it off, the rolling machine is now dropping power. Is it? It is dropping power, but I think it's receiving power from the lava that's inside the igneous extruder. So there it's off. And here should be on. Going up, there it is. And going down. Will it go down? I wish there were a better GUI. There is a better GUI. There it is. It's going down. So the switch is working. And we hardly ever use the igneous extruder. So this will turn off in a while. Why is this still running? Isn't this off? Let's see. Is it draining down? I wonder. It's getting its power from somewhere. Let's turn it on and off. 4,000 millibuckets. If I turn it off, I guess it takes a while. Well, I'll monitor it. Or is it receiving power from somewhere else? Actually, it's receiving lava and water from somewhere. Not sure, but we'll give it a minute. And I'd like to see if I can make a switch for the igneous extruder to turn it off. This way, I don't have to keep turning the dials. I can keep the dials both on. But yeah, I'm interested to see if this... Let's see if we can turn this on. Okay. Alright, let's give it a few minutes. And this is set. Everything is operational and working. There's a couple of modifications I want to add, and we'll see if this works. I'd like to set the output. Let's see. Okay. Let's do the outputs up here. And okay, what I want to put back here, let's look at the floor plan again. So we have our ME up front. We have our IC2 on the left. We have our thermal expansion on the right. And along with the IC2 will be the collection of mass fabricator machines. the replicator, the scanner, the pattern recognition or analyzer, the thermal centrifuge. Anything that pertains to those kinds of machines will go here. And I think it's IC2 also. But on this side, I am thinking of putting magic. The arcane table, the altar, things of that nature. I'm not sure. I'm not settled on whether I'll be putting magic on this side. I'm leaving this open for a little while. I just want to make sure I'm doing things right. That being the case, if we do magic here, we will have space to do this. And I guess we will need more. So let's see if we have any more. You know, I could reverse it and put the leadstone, because I do have a lot of leadstone, and do the leadstone above and the item ducts around the bottom. Let's see if I do have item ducts here. No, I don't think so. Let's see if there's any in the ME. There isn't. So what if I make some? Will it take too much resources and work? Well, we'll see. Not at all. Alright, we can do this. So all of these items, when they're done cooking and doing what they need to do, they will go into a chest. Let's get a chest. Here. And let's bring this with us. I guess I'll face it in the same direction as the thermal expansion machines. So now we will need an import bus that will feed, and this is what this catwalk is for. This little space or area is so that I can feed wires and cables around, but it looks like I have it clean so far, and I like it. I like that I'm putting all the machines in the center. It saves on wiring and spacing. So I'll get an import bus to go from here straight up to this ME right there. Or I could just connect to that ME there. That's the ME for the DSUs. I could go right there and across. Let's get these guys from touching the Mac. Although it doesn't matter, I do prefer to make it look nice. So, oops, that's not the way to do it. No shift, just like that. Alright, let's do it here. Very good. And it goes down. Now we will need pneumatic servos for each of these. Assembly line. And these have to be set for output. So we'll do, oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see if I can reach here. Yes, very good. Boom. Let's go back up and do the same here. And the pneumatics, will turn them on. Now they're set. Anything that cooks here should go down. Let's give it a test. Let's use a furnace. And let's see if it goes down. Will it go down? Oh, I forgot something. In each of these machines, we have to set the configuration. Let's clear it, and the back has to be set to orange. You see, this one was feeding or configured to receive from the furnace. Glad I caught that. Let's reset that and put it to orange. And one more. Now, whenever I need the pulverizer to feed directly into the furnace will always be set to receive. But I will be turning the pulverizer to orange when I need to. Until then, I'll keep it at open or closed so that I can collect the dust unless I need to smelt it directly. Then I'll change the configuration. But let's try it again now. Let's just do one. Now we can go down here and it should feed to the chest. Is it traveling? We better check it. It shouldn't have taken this long. It is there. Okay, so this is an output. Because it's not in the back, it's actually up top. We'll have to change these. So it'll be orange up. And this one's off. Let's do it to all of them. I wonder what those extra colors are. Now these will be the bottom. So the back, no. That's off. And this is orange. And this one's going to be orange also. Off. And the last one. Extra colors there. That should have fed it down to the chest already. Yeah, it works. Very good. Alright, so let's check the pulverizer just to give it a quick check and see if this is working the way it should. If we go down to the chest, we'll see it shortly come here. What does cobble pulverize give you? I believe it's sand. Now that's not working either, so let's give it a test and see why. It's set to output upward. It should have fed. Is it that it's taking a long time? I don't know. Maybe it's passing through the item duct slowly? Where did that item go? I wonder where it went. There it went. Okay, so it takes a little while, but it does travel down and it does work. Alright, so there we are. We're all set. I like it a lot. Yes, that is our system so far. And pretty good episode. I think it went more straightforward than I thought it would. We had a little bit of a trouble with the connections for these. But that's it. And I'm going to put some decorations up here to cover. Just to cover all of this wiring and cabling. There's no way out of it really unless I pass. You know what? I could have done that. I think we have some space here. If instead of this... No, there is no space. I need that panel there. I was going to say that we can use that pipe that goes downward to go down here and separate the two leadstone. But I don't think it operates that way because it has to occupy either this block or this block, not half a block. Only panels can do that. So I think that's set. I don't see any other way to do this. I mean, I could pass this cable all the way over to here, but I think it's extended far enough over already. I don't want to occupy any more space. I could go back here though. And that's another consideration right here. Instead of occupying a space where the magic goes. So I can put that cable here. But that's something I'll try off camera. I think we've gone far enough into this video where we can hold it here. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later.